Ciao tutti, buongiorno. You had to wait for it a couple hours, but eventually we got the trade that we were waiting for yesterday that was long from that 78.6. And I said to you yesterday, that is really the line in the sand, because underneath there's not a whole lot. We only have this bigger low right here, and there's also not a whole lot of support. So I said I really want to take a long from that 78.6, that is this trade right here. Well, we got an initial bounce off that level. I also posted it on Twitter. This is a screenshot of BTC on the 5 minute. I said I took a long last night on Bitcoin. Once we got the sweep of these lows right here and another hit in that 78.6, then I went long and I took profit right there on top where you see TP1. That was the value area low of a local range that we created, and then I moved my stop loss to entry and went to bed. And then later on I saw that I got stopped out for the remainder. A little bit disappointed, a little bit of a bummer, because I was actually pretty confident that we just hit a low, a real bottom. So I was pretty surprised to see actually that we still had another move down in the middle of the night to then eventually go higher. This was also already very late in the New York session / Asian session already, so it's pretty weird that we're done creating this low, but so far the move up looks pretty good. So congratulations if you took this trade, or maybe that you got in again later, but I see this as a successful trade because we were able to get some profit out. The only thing that I don't like about this is actually a market Cipher B. This is on the 1 hour. This still looks, I'm a little bit ambiguous. I'm afraid that this is going to roll over, but I also have seen this a few times doing this and then eventually going higher. So I really want to see how this is going to play out the next couple hours. With that being said, that also makes it a little bit hard today to give a few trading setups, because we reclaimed that very important support and resistance level that we already talked about. And as you can also see, it was support here and it was now support here just a few hours ago. So yeah, it is going to be a little bit difficult, because if we're going to lose this support again, and let's say you want a long from the golden pocket, then you first need to go under view up again, which is also a loss of support. And now we just reclaimed it, so that's quite nice. Then you're also losing your support and resistance level, and then actually also coming into an area where we just don't have a whole lot here. There's not a whole lot of market structure. So I'm afraid once you start losing the support and resistance level again, that we are going to take out the lows and we can waterfall much lower. So therefore I would say, if you want a long, do it very locally on a 5 minute or 15 minute. I will zoom in a moment. If we are going higher, I have a few trades for you. First of all is the golden pocket here, and that support and resistance, that thick yellow line that has been respected already for such a long time. And then of course the fib retracement is pulled here from the absolute top to the bottom that we created, then back up here to the golden pocket and support and resistance. Your first take profit should be that value area low, therefore it is relatively low, but you can squeeze out approximately a 1 to 2, so $100 in, $200 out. If you have your stop loss, if you're entering right here, your stop loss here, I would say wait a little bit, let it play out, and then enter also here a little bit locally on, let's say, a 1 minute, a 5 minute, 15 minute, and do not preset this. Just wait it out and see how price is developing. If we're doing something like this, then this is your entry, stop loss here, and then you can actually also get a much tighter stop loss and therefore a much better risk to reward. And of course, if we are then just going lower, you can just trail your stop and squeeze out as much as you can, but be careful, because then you already reclaimed a value area low. The other short that I will be interested in is the backtest of the value area low. I also here want to see something locally. We can try to play around here a little bit with the fib retracement. Let's see if we put it on these highs. Yeah, this actually might be the best, but I'm also not 100% convinced, because you can see you have your whole block here of the golden pocket 78.6 is the value area lows and right in the middle. So it's not perfect, it's not sexy, but we have to respect this as the very macro value area low. And as I said already many times, also take that level if it is on such a big time frame with a grain of salt, because you can see here, and we're still on the hourly, that we're also trading above for a while, underneath for a while before we really reversing or reclaiming. So therefore I would never preset any orders at or around that level. I always look at local price action. Alright, with that being said, and there's also right away a nice bridge to then look for a long, because I said if I would long, it's going to be a little bit tricky today. It needs to be on local price action, because yeah, the most of the liquidity has been taken, it has been swept, all the work has been done. So from now I would only be looking at longs. If we are now really losing again critical support levels, yeah, then it's just a cascade down. It can go very fast, but then you would have to play something locally like this. Ooh, this actually would be very nice. So then we're now looking at the 5 minute that we are going down, a back test of the VWAP, because we haven't had that yet after this reclaim now, and that also lines up here with the golden pocket, and then to play it higher. That actually would be a very nice trade. Unfortunately, textbooks say that you have to put your stop loss here. I wouldn't do that. I personally would do it somewhere here or here, because you know what the thing is, if you're losing VWAP again, you also most likely are going to retest its low, so then you can have a little bit of a tighter stop loss. Know that that's a little bit more aggressive, and you would be safer to put your stop loss underneath these lows right here, but personally I wouldn't do it. I would place it somewhere 0.5% to 1% underneath that VWAP, and then trade it to the upside again. First take profit then should be these highs, because now we made a perfect equal high, as you can see. That's right here and right here. So your first take profit needs to be these highs, stop loss underneath the local low. So you do something like this, you can then still squeeze out a very nice 1 to 4, 1 to 5 depending on your entry. Yeah, that could actually also be a very nice trade. And also here, since this is a little bit of no man's land, right, we are underneath that bigger value area low, we are above some of the critical support, but yeah, not really right now at a critical level. Please trail your stop loss. So as price is doing this, just trail your stop loss, and eventually if you might get stopped out, that's fine, but for now it really can go either way. So I would just look very much at local trades or at the key levels that I just pointed out. Other than that, I would just be careful. It's also still very wicky, also seeing that I am downsizing on my position size and on the leverage. This is not the environment where you want to be a hero and see how much you can squeeze out. Just be careful, be happy with smaller wins and profits. There will be a time again where it's just pump city only, and then you can go very aggressive on your position size and on your leverage, but now is not the time. It is important that you preserve your capital. With that being said, guys, that will be then the end of today's update. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both those links you'll find in the description. And see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.